just keep going. Maybe pumpkin spice coffee can help you get there.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello, and thank you for tuning into The Hopefulist. Today, September 9th. It's a Wednesday. And the year, of course, the never-ending 2020. The quote of the day today is, persistence guarantees that results are inevitable. That's right. So just keep going. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Keep going, no matter what's happening, no matter what you've done in the past, no matter what you see in the future, just keep going. I have to say a big old happy anniversary to my hunky hubby. It's our 9th wedding anniversary today. That's right. 9 years ago, we stood in front of our friends and family and promised to love and care for each other for all the days of our lives. So far, we haven't reneged. We're at a pretty good place. So I have a lot of confidence that we're going to make it. That's right. We actually just got back from Colorado. And, wow, we had an awesome trip. We had an amazing time. I'm going to talk a little bit about it in the blog post. But we went out there because my uncle, my favorite uncle on my dad's side, passed away in June, and he lived out in Colorado for probably the last 40 years. And my father grew up in West Virginia, and most of his brothers joined the service, some branch of the military, and everybody scattered throughout the country. So my father came to Pennsylvania. One uncle is down in Florida. Some stayed closer to home in West Virginia. My Uncle Barry moved to Colorado. And there was different places throughout the years. So they would typically have a family reunion once a year around July 4th back in West Virginia where all of the family would get together. So I would often see everybody there. So I didn't necessarily have to go all the way to Colorado to see my uncle. So I saw him often enough. Not often enough, but you know what I mean. Like I would see him whenever I would choose to go to the family reunion. And I did not go for many years, but then I had started going again. So I had seen him a couple of times in the last couple of years. And unfortunately, he passed away in June. And with all of the COVID craziness, they wanted to wait to have the opportunity to do a true military funeral service, which I had never been a part of before, and it was very impressive. They had the guns and the salute and the playing of taps by the bugler. It was very nice, very fitting, and I was certainly glad that I was there to witness and take part in that. So we got a chance to see a lot of family we don't see very often. And we had never been out to Colorado before. Man, the air is dry. Wow. I mean, you hear these things, but it doesn't really sink in until you're out there and you look down at your legs and it looks like snakeskin. I was like, wow. And ironically, for the first time ever, you get the little toiletries when you stay at a hotel. They had the shampoo, they had the conditioner, they had the soap. No lotion. I always get lotion when I stay at a hotel. In fact, that's how I stock up on my little guys because I like to keep them in my purse. They didn't have any. And I'm like, how could Colorado, of all places, not have lotion as part of their daily toiletries? So I was talking to my aunt about that, and she goes, oh, they probably have it. Just ask at the front desk. I was like, oh, I will do that. And I did. And they had it. Good stuff, too. Paul Mitchell. Yeah, got me some to go. So I think my skin is recovering already. I think it had either started to adjust to the dryness. My aunt claims her skin has never adjusted to the dryness, or just the fact that I kept relotioning myself several times throughout the day really helped a lot. So now that I'm back by the water where I belong, yeah, I loved Colorado. It was amazing, but it's way too far from the ocean for me. I would love to go back and visit again sometime. And it truly is so beautiful there. I just couldn't stop looking everywhere, because everywhere you looked, it was just pure beauty. I got a little bit of news for you this morning. Apple will be unveiling new products September 15th virtually this year, so make sure you tune in. The announcements will be about new versions of the Apple Watch and the iPad. The iPhone 12 will not be out until later this year. They're saying the announcement will come in October, so I'm not sure when that means it will be released. I don't know. Are you guys that run out and get the new version of anything Apple? I don't do that. I mean, I am an Apple fan. I do love my Apple products. I do not have a watch. I'm beginning to find out that I think I may be the only one. And everybody on my trip had some sort of watch, not necessarily an Apple Watch, but some sort of watch. I don't know. Maybe I'm behind. Maybe I need to get a watch. I don't really feel the need for it. I think I'm good. I got my phone. I got my iPad. I got my Kindle. I got my computer. I feel like I have enough gadgets. Not really sure I need a watch. I don't know if I want to know how great my sleep was or how bad my sleep was. And I probably could get an app on my phone to do that anyway. Well, probably not. I guess it does have to be touching your body in some way, shape, or form. But, I know that I can track my steps and all of that kind of stuff. In fact, the first day we got to Colorado, we flew into Denver. So we decided to see some sights in the Denver area before we went to our hotel in Colorado Springs. And Joe and I got hopelessly lost. This is nothing new for us. We often get lost. Yeah, we walked around forever. In fact, Joe looked, we walked 18,000 steps that day. I think that was more steps than when we followed my sister doing her Ironman. Yeah, we were tired. Got a couple of blisters first day on my trip because I wasn't really prepared to walk around 18,000 steps. I had a pair of flip-flops on. Wasn't a good plan. But we made it. My feet made it. We had a great time. And as I mentioned, I will talk a little bit more about the trip in my blog post today. So the topic, I wanted to talk a little pumpkin spice. I got a cup of pumpkin spice coffee from Wawa on my way to the airport last week. So it was even before Labor Day when it was released, and I wanted to hear from you. And I am a pumpkin spice fan. I love pumpkin spice. Oh, I just went on Facebook to check my topic, and I forgot that my anniversary means it's my cousin Jim's birthday. Happy birthday, Jim, who is turning the big 5-0. Old man. He's a little bit younger than me. He was also my dog sitter for Tucker while we were away. So I thank him profusely for that. By the way, Jim, we left a couple of clothes and outfits and some things in the guest room, and we'll pick them up when we see you in a week and a half. Okay, back to the topic. Do you like pumpkin spice coffee or do you not like pumpkin spice coffee? I want you to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Now, it seems in my little unscientific survey here, we're about half and half. Half the people like pumpkin spice. Half the people are like, no way, Jose. Adele says she likes it, but no more than a 12-ounce cup at a time. Oh, I can drink a lot more than that. Kathy says she's tired of it already after a week, so I counted her as a thumbs down. What else have we got here? John says iced only. Cassandra gave us a polite no thank you. And actually, a friend of mine, Chris, chimed in at the last minute here, so I guess it's one more for thumbs down. I got a little bit of the throw up emojis, so I'm assuming that means thumbs down. I love me my pumpkin coffee. I've been doing blueberry all year, so it's a nice switch. So I'll do pumpkin probably for the next couple of months, and then I'll switch to some kind of Christmassy coffee, some kind of peppermint coffee. And then I'll probably go back to my blueberry after that because it is my favorite. So, it's pumpkin everything this time of year, but I think I'm on board with the pumpkin coffee. I like pumpkin muffins. I like pumpkin bread. Is there something else pumpkin that I'm not thinking of? I like pumpkin spice. I like pumpkin flavor. Not a fan of pumpkin pie. It's got to be a texture thing. Every couple of years, I give it another go. And I say, maybe I'll like pumpkin pie now. Nope. Still don't like it. However, I have come around to cheesecake. We had a little cheesecake when I was away. And normally I will only take cheesecake if it's the only thing offered. But we actually brought some cheesecake over, like a sampler pack, which was my brother's idea, to dinner one night. And I was looking at it, and when they brought it out, I was like, yeah, I'll have that strawberry cheesecake. It was good. I mean, it was really good. And there's a place in New Jersey that offers a strawberry-covered cheesecake, like right on top. And this cheesecake is it's not dense like most cheesecake. It's almost whipped. Oh, it is to die for. Oh, it's to die for. I'm going to have to find out how close that is to Joe's work and see if he can pick one of those up one of these days because yum, yum. Yum, yum. So on to the blog post for today. I want to talk about how you got to keep going. You got to keep going. Just keep going. Do you ever feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders? Full disclosure, I really just wanted an opportunity to share the picture of me holding up the balance rock in Garden of the Gods in Colorado Springs. Yes. Like I said, we were just back from our trip. We just got home yesterday. The mountains, truly majestic. It really is the only word you can use to describe it. My neck hurts from staring up for a week straight. We did all the touristy things. That's right. Don't let people make you feel bad for acting like a tourist when you are one. We get such a short time to see all the things on a trip. You should be taking advantage of all that you can. Going out there, we definitely plan to go up Pikes Peak, which we did. Seeing Garden of the Gods, which were both incredible. And I will be sharing pictures of all that beauty for at least the next year. But we also found some amazing things to do just by asking Google, hey, Google, what things should we do in Colorado? The first thing we did that was not on plan, because the only things we really had planned were the Pikes Peak and Garden of the Gods. We visited a place called Will Rogers Shrine of the Sun. We drove up to the top of a mountain, and they had, yeah, you guessed it, a shrine. The view is amazing. It was a quick, exciting ride up and back in our rental car. Yeah, my husband wasn't crazy about driving that. But we also found on Google the Seven Falls, which was an area that had 7 waterfalls. Now, the falls were pretty thin this time of year. I even heard some people say that they were surprised there was any water at all, but there was. There was. We loved it. More amazing views, pictures, and memories. It was a great trip, but I can't tell you how grateful I am to be home now, though. I miss my bed, my pillow, my couch. I miss my view outside my sliding doors. I miss my dog. I was so great falling asleep last night in my own bed with my dog cuddled up beside me. I spent the morning savoring my home brewed coffee with Wawa French vanilla creamer. They don't have Wawas out there. I know. I'm grateful to have a little routine back, which is good and bad. We really did see all the things out there. We did at least one major tourist attraction a day, sometimes two. We went to bed exhausted every night. We made the most of our trip. And now I feel like I could sleep for a week, and I may. You can hear how tired I am still in my voice. But it's time now to get my butt in gear and start doing all the work things. Good thing about vacation is it makes you realize how much you love home, too. We're all usually happy to get back to our own beds, right? But it's also a great time to shake up your routine a little bit. It's kind of like a little bit of a fresh start. Is there something that has you a little stuck right now? Like I mentioned earlier, are you feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders? The craziness of everything going on right now is not helping. In fact, it is adding to it. Is it time to reassess what you're doing? Is it a time to pivot and change direction? Or do you need to keep doing what you're doing, but step it up a notch? When it comes to myself, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm in a rut. I've been doing the same thing every day for months. I had a whole lot of different directions I wanted to take the business and haven't followed through on really any of them. I'm still getting my blog, podcasts, and social media posts on every day, which isn't nothing. But there are so many ideas I haven't started to implement, so many different directions I could go, and I haven't done any of them. I'm stuck in this comfort zone. Meanwhile, I haven't seen much growth in my business. And although you know that I love you most and always will, my dream is to reach more and more people, to turn more pessimists into optimists, to help people live their best lives with a little inspiration and positivity every day. I hope to make a difference in people's lives, because if this girl, and I'm pointing to myself, can get happy, anyone can. So what do I do now? Keep going. Keep doing what I'm doing and start implementing these ideas. The next steps I have been thinking about and talking about for months. And that is what you should do as well. What is the next step in your life, in your family life, in your home life, in your work life, in your health journey? What is it you need to do to get to that next level? What is it you're really looking forward to? And what will it take to get you there? In all honesty, like I said, I've stalled out this summer. I'm a little disappointed in myself, but now is the time to step it back up. Because, I have three choices. And everybody basically has these same three choices. I can give up altogether. I can shut down the blog, the podcast, find a regular job, and just live my life in comfort and live out my years that way. I can keep doing what I've been doing and not really grow, because nothing I've done this summer has sparked that. Or I can keep going and growing. I can start doing things differently that will bring better results. Going back to today's quote, persistence guarantees that success is inevitable. Keep going. Do what you do and more. Find more ways to get what it is you are looking for. Sit down and brainstorm ideas that will get you to that place. And most importantly, just start. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done. Once you start, more ideas will come. The path will start to unfold in front of you. Trust me on this one. Oh my, it is hump day already. I hope you're having a great week so far. Now, What I want you to do is go out there and be your badass self. You know I'm cheering you on.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
And by the way, I missed y'all.